The tension you feel across the front of your chest may be connected to the way your shoulders rest. Your upper back isn't the only area involved. When your shoulders appear rounded, the front of the shoulder is closely connected to the chest muscles, which help control arm and shoulder movement. If those tissues become stiff, certain positions may feel harder to reach comfortably. So when working on rounded shoulders, it can be helpful to consider both sides of the body, rather than focusing exclusively on the back. Point 1. The chest is only one part of the rounded shoulder picture. But it's an important one to understand. When the muscles across the front of your body feel tight, opening the shoulders may become less comfortable. Improving flexibility in that area can therefore be a reasonable starting point. But the best approach doesn't stop there. You also want to consider upper back mobility, shoulder strength daily movement, and the positions you spend the most time in. That combination gives you a much more realistic strategy for supporting comfortable shoulder movement after 60. Point 2. A chest stretch works on flexibility. But your daily movement habits determine how often your body actually uses that mobility. Imagine stretching your chest briefly and then spending the rest of the day sitting in almost the same position. That doesn't make the stretch useless. It simply means your routine has another opportunity for improvement. Try combining your stretching with short movement breaks, comfortable shoulder movements, walking, and changes in position. This gives your upper body more variety, instead of relying on one exercise alone. Point 3. One reason the chest can become an important area to address is the amount of time many people spend with their arms in front of their bodies. Reading a book, using a phone, driving, typing, preparing food, or sitting at a table can all involve reaching forward. These activities are normal and are not automatically harmful. The concern is more about spending long periods in similar positions, without enough opportunities to move differently. When your body repeatedly spends time in one position, you may begin to notice stiffness or reduced comfort when moving in other directions. For someone with rounded shoulders, that can make opening the front of the chest feel less natural. This is why the goal should not be to avoid everyday activities. Instead, give your body more movement variety throughout the day. Stand up when appropriate, take short walks, change positions, and allow your shoulders to move through comfortable ranges. These simple habits can complement the flexibility work you're doing for your chest. Point 4. There is another important distinction when talking about rounded shoulders. You don't want to assume that every rounded shoulder posture is caused by tight chest muscles. Posture is influenced by many factors, including the mobility of your upper back, the strength and control of muscles around the shoulder blades, your daily movement patterns, joint mobility pain, previous injuries, and your individual anatomy. That's why aggressively stretching the chest, or constantly pulling your shoulders backward, is not the answer for everyone. Instead, think about improving comfortable movement throughout your upper body. A gentle chest stretch can work on flexibility in the front of your body. Upper back mobility can address another part of the movement system. Appropriate strengthening can help develop control and support around the shoulders and shoulder blades. These pieces can work together. The goal is not to force yourself into a perfectly straight posture every minute of the day. The goal is to make comfortable movement easier and give your body more options. Point 5. One simple way to work on chest flexibility is a gentle doorway stretch. Stand near an open doorway and place your hands or forearms against the door frame in a position that feels comfortable. Then slowly move your body forward until you notice a mild stretch across the chest. You should not need to force the movement. Point 6. Keep the movement controlled and breathe normally while you stretch. A mild pulling sensation can be expected, but sharp pain, strong pinching, numbness, or tingling is not something you should push through. If the stretch feels uncomfortable, reduce the range or stop. Point 7. You also don't need to pull your shoulders as far backward as possible. The purpose of the stretch is to work gently on chest flexibility, not to force your shoulder joints into an extreme position. A comfortable range is more important than creating a strong stretching sensation. Point 8. Remember that flexibility and strength are different things. Stretching can address tightness or limited flexibility, while strengthening exercises can help develop control and support around the shoulders and upper back. A balanced routine can include both, depending on your abilities and needs. Point 9, and don't forget the rest of your day. If you spend several hours sitting, try to include regular opportunities to stand walk. Change positions and move your shoulders comfortably. You don't need to maintain one perfect posture all day. Point 10. One stretch cannot guarantee that rounded shoulders will disappear. It is simply one tool that may help improve chest flexibility and comfortable shoulder movement. Point 11. Consistency matters more than forcing yourself into an intense stretch. Gentle, repeatable movement is a more practical goal than pushing through discomfort. Point 12. Once you begin working on chest flexibility, it can make sense to look at your upper back mobility as well. Your chest and upper back work together as part of the same movement system. If the front of your body feels restricted, gently improving chest flexibility may help. But if the upper back is also stiff, that limitation may still affect how comfortably your shoulders move. This is why a rounded shoulder routine should not focus on only one direction. You can include gentle movements that encourage comfortable upper back extension and rotation. As long as those movements are appropriate for you, there is no need to force your spine backward or twist as far as possible. Move slowly and stay within a comfortable range. The purpose is to give your upper body more opportunities to move, not to chase extreme flexibility. When chest mobility and upper back mobility are addressed together, you're taking a broader approach to the way your shoulders move. Point 13. Strengthening is another part of the picture that should not be overlooked. Your shoulder blades and upper back muscles help control the position and movement of your shoulders. If you only stretch the chest without developing appropriate strength and control, you're addressing only one part of the problem. That doesn't mean you need an intense workout. Depending on your ability, simple exercises using your body weight, resistance bands, or light resistance may be appropriate. The important thing is to choose movements you can perform with good control and without pain. If you are new to strength training, start gradually rather than immediately using heavy resistance. And if you have a previous shoulder injury, significant pain, or another condition that affects movement, individualized guidance from a qualified healthcare professional or physical therapist can help you choose appropriate exercises. The goal is to build a balanced routine where flexibility and strength support each other. Point 14. Your everyday habits also deserve attention. Because your shoulders don't spend only a few minutes each day in your exercise routine. If you stretch your chest for a short period and then spend many hours without changing position, your overall movement routine still has room to improve. Instead of trying to hold your shoulders backward all day, create more opportunities for movement. Take a short walk when appropriate. Change your sitting position. Stand up periodically, move your arms comfortably. Take breaks from prolonged phone or computer use. These actions may seem small, but together they give your body more variety throughout the day. You are not trying to maintain one perfect posture. You are giving your shoulders, chest, and upper back regular opportunities to move. That is a much more realistic approach to supporting mobility. As you get older,